Alright, hello everyone, we're back. Hunger in the garden. I think the time for leisure exploration is past. I might have a moment to adjust my vision. Here he is, on the next aisle over. Meteion is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path and we can teleport to Misopsis Euros from the device at the bottom of the slope. Level am I? 89. We're almost max level. Which means we're going to get some cool abilities once we hit level 90. Unfortunately, I won't be able to use them in any dungeons we do. But if I remember correctly, there is a dungeon coming up, and I don't know if we have time to do it today. Simply because I got called into work early. But we'll get to as close to it as we can. That way, when we do the next stream, we can start right at that. Misopsis Euros is a test interesting in that it's the only region in Alpus which lacks a researcher hub. This is largely due to the nature of the observation sites, within which they let loose creatures anticipated to be unruly and dangerous. I've also heard tell that the area is kept deliberately sparse in the event that, well, let's just say no one should live near the naos, which provides access to a certain facility. What, you expect me to praise you and your progress? On the contrary, I'm simply surprised you made it this far. Then again, even with you slowing her down, there's no denying that Vana is an accomplished researcher. Her wealth of wisdom and experience is unmatched, and her achievements in creation magics, in any field frankly, are nothing short of extraordinary. Though the singular brilliance which sets her apart can make her motives somewhat impenetrable at times, as her student and successor puts it, she is a force of nature, at once so close and at the same time so very different. Distance. They are close by, within the Hungering Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see just up ahead. Well then, Miro, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here to us. If I were to go, he would assume I was only there to press him on the Fandaniel matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance of convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there are not exactly... Then again, Miro can handle them. She did survive a bet with Vana, after all. Off you go to find Hermes, but do prepare to come to blows with the garden's denizens. Do prepare to be brutally murdered. Actually, I don't think it counts as murder if you just die to wildlife, so... Be prepared to just be brutally mauled. That fucking thing. That fucking thing. Oh. Okay, well, they weren't kidding. They... I think it's casting worse breath instead of bad breath. That's a marble marquee. Why does it need so many faces? I don't know if this counts as faces so much as just mouths. Alright, these would probably aggro via sound, if I had to guess. Oh, they just aggro. Okay, well, I guess we're using Titan. Future breath. I like how they're all good with me just murdering their test subjects, by the way. Alright, I think he start that the moment I started casting. This is a riotous marble. That sinewy bitch. How do you keep spawning the big ones? Well, summon our Phoenix here to help. Why do they just keep spawning the longer I'm in here? I actually don't remember where this fucker is. Oh yeah, so as you walk into this particular spot, they just spawn. Okay. That's good to know. Died much faster than I thought it was going to. I figured I would have seen something by now, so that means that Hermes is nowhere nearby. Yeah. Chicken nugget. They keep looking within, but I don't remember if he's actually without. There he is. Miro, where did you come from? Miro, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Hythildis and Emmett Salt Company. An important matter, and unrelated to my decision on Fandango, you say? Then yes, I will come as soon as my work here is finished. It will not be long, I promise, but you should really wait outside the garden with the others. This is no place for idle explorations. Alright. Hopefully they stop spawning and trying to murder me. That would be ideal. It's been a while since we've seen the mana cutter. is that ghastly odor? I was prepared to swoop in if need be, but 'tis clear you have faced your fair share of monstrous opponents. You spoke with Hermes, then? And were briefly entangled with the denizens of the Hungering Gardens as well, I see. Or should I say, smell. I cannot speak for certain Convocation members, but I, for one, am impressed with your fortitude. Well done indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confer with us, let us pray that things will soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would be to meet Emmett Selk, who would recreate Amarat in the depths of the ocean, I think it's best for all concerned if such tragic events never came to pass, be it in our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone. Naive hope that is. I was prepared to swoop in if need be, but it's clear you... Okay. Why am I always so forward-thinking? I simply wish to enjoy all that life has to offer. Words without sound. Hermes said that he would not be long, yes? Then we shall wait here until he emerges.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Aye, a matter of the utmost gravity, if one can suspend disbelief. Go on then. Tell him what you told us, who you are, and why you came.
The final days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction. And none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter, on the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Vana. As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics. In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. The source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the selfsame negative emotions. Elsewise it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents. Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere. According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without Aetheris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
Greetings. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Meteion. What is it?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
Steady, Meteion. Steady.
So scared. So lonely. The pain. It's too much. Why? Why do we... They hurt. Hate. This is wrong. All wrong.
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Are you all right? In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteion also employs Dynamis. That would explain why you were able to hear her, when we could not.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down. Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
It hurts. It hurts. Make it stop. Alright. Where are we going? Alright, she's around here somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but we'll find her, maybe. Suspicious disturbance. Oh, there's a thing there. You calm your mind and senses, questing for any hint of Meteion's presence. But you fail to hear her voice. She must be elsewhere. Okay. Get her, I know what's going on. I strained my senses to their limits, but found nothing. You must calm your mind, that you might hear it, that you might feel her silent voice. Calm your mind. It seeps into my mind. Our voices reporting. No, no, Hermes mustn't hear them. I have to run, to hide. Meteon's anguished voice goes distant as the source seems to flee down the slope. So, as a recap here, while we're doing this, Hermes sent her, the Meteion out into the universe to find out the answer of what's out there. What do they live for? And they're all connected to, like, a one conscious, like, interlocking consciousness. So, you strain just to catch even the faintest whisper, but fail to hear Meteon's voice. She must be elsewhere. Greetings and salutations. Commencing report. Oh no! Oh no! We can't tell them that! We must run! Run far away! Please, don't follow me. Meteon's anguished voice fades as you sense her climbing to the top of the ridge. Okay. We shall follow her on this lumbering behemoth. That can't possibly terrify the ever-loving shit out of her. No? Okay. Sure, give me the pathway that doesn't allow me to quickly get up there. You fucks. Alright. Well, here's yet another sparkle. Mind you of FF8? That's a good thing. FF8's good. She must be elsewhere. Alright. Alright, Emmett Cells mount. Emmett Cells mount. How? How did it come to this? Is this the reason we traveled to the stars? Why we sought out other life forms? Is this it? Is this the answer? No. It can't. No, it cannot be. It cannot be. Mito's anguished voice drifts away to the south. Fuck, she's really going for it. She hates it. Alright. Oh good, they're gonna make me search more. There's another spot here. Might as well head to this one first. You strained to catch even the faintest whisper, but failed to hear. Oh, I thought that was 10 gauge who said it reminded him of FF8. I was just glanced out of the corner of my eye. Hey, Vector. Welcome, welcome, sir. Oh, this fucking thing. Lycopersicum. Compiling report for dissemination to Hermes and all people of Atheris. Processing expedition data. Preparing profiles on intelligent civilizations. Formulating answers to the question. Finalizing report. No! Miro! You mustn't listen! Out of the corner of my eye, just seeing the color red. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Meteon's anguished voice flees towards the lake. Any sign of Meteion? Panicked and confused, which will make it all the more difficult to protect her movements. Hermes, what do you make of the situation? The Meteion are linked to a single mind, a shared consciousness which connects them across any distance. I suspect something has happened which disrupted its usual harmony. How might we access the shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach any sentient being, directly. In the Meteion's case, that means speaking to any incarnation within physical reach. So unless we can track down the Meteion we just lost, we have no means of to communicate with them. No way of knowing what befell her sisters. No way to provide directions or guidance. Then we had best set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. A frantic search will avail us little. We must be clever about this. It's a shame there's no registered concept we could use to create another Meteion, assuming of course we could link her to the shared mind, but no, if it were a viable solution, Hermes would have surely suggested it. In the final days, Ether twisted by the invasion of Dynamis from beyond the star. Its progress intensified by feelings of fear and despair and anguish. Nay, I like not the picture which emerges with these latest pieces. Oh, my dear Meteion, what did you witness out there that frightened you so? Why do you seek to keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? Follow, wander, stumble, listen. Hey, 10 gauge. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Meteion renders herself invisible by matching her etheric density to that of her surroundings, does she not? If so, could we not disrupt her concealment with a surfeit of ether? Much how Emmett Selk solidified your presence when we first met you? Don't be absurd. I can hardly channel ether to a recipient whose whereabouts are hidden from me. Which is why we must all work together. Miro will continue to search in the manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once she ascertains Meteon's likely location, you proceed to reveal our wayward familiar with a familiar ethereal downpour. Very clever, and thankfully she has made herself easier to capture by fleeing towards Leaf. Assuming she's made visible, it would prove no great feat to herd her into a corner. Then we have our plan. Miro and Emmett Selk will be our tracker and trapper, respectively, while we others predict and obstruct Meteon's avenues of escape. Emmett Selk and I will keep an eye on each other's ether to help coordinate our efforts. Let us be about it. Well, it seems we are partners for the time being. Let us return to where we last saw Meteion and pick up the trail from there. I will keep myself in a state of preparedness, ready to rain down ether at a moment's notice, meaning it falls to you to keep the way clear. Yeah. Alright. Notice me, senpai! No! Hi, Mira. Why can't I fly? Are my functions being restricted? Hide, yes, I'll have to hide. Then, where no one can find me. Head towards the water's edge. She went into the lake, as if this wasn't tiresome enough. Oops, didn't mean to double click that. Sorry, miss. Oh, I forgot. Can I mount? Okay, he just appears here. We should be able to reach the bottom of this drop by climbing down the rocks at the water's edge. Do not even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days or no, if I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I will feed you to a remora. And he does not like getting wet. Alright, where is it? Meteon's taken us on quite the merry little chase. Alright. Not here. I'm not here. Please. By that rock, is she? Very well. What? Why can't I hide? There's no need to run, Meteion. We will hear your report, good or bad. There's no need to run, Meteion. Miro? What are you saying? Everything is so faint. I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough. Stay away. I'm begging you. Don't make me say it. It will break him. His poor, fragile heart. There she goes. Now we have a chance. Once the others are in position, the two of us can herd her into the midst. Yeah. Out of the way, Remora. Hello, green 10-gauge punk. This Remora is angry. I don't like these various Medusas they keep creating. Man, we ran her. She really gave us the runaround. Holy crap. Before we click that suspicious disturbance, let's see what Emmett Salk has to say about this. Is this Naos not in use? It seems to have been left to the mercy of the elements. Either way, it bears no trace of Meteon's essence. We move on. Welcome back, yellow 10-gauge punk. There, I see her. I don't know why you needed a cutscene for that. Look how fast she is.
Aha! Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
Please, Meteion. We must speak.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please. Please protect them. Protect them all. Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings. All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected. Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified. Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence. Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
They are all dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter. Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteion?
I tasked her with asking what others live for, what gives their lives meaning.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteion finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteion, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteion back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. Meteion. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteion, not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
You fool!
Lovely. Alright, we got a few minutes left, so... If all Hermes means to do is listen to Meteion's report, then it is his right to do so. But once he receives the answers to his question, what then? The fate of the world may very well hinge on upon the choices he makes in that moment, and we must be there when he makes it. Why, Hermes? Why could you not leave well enough alone? With all these answers assuage the pain you feel when a creation is returned to ether? Had you never cast your accursed question to the distant stars, you may have one day learned to be at peace upon this one. Caging the messenger. Hermes is headed to hit Katisis. Considering the expansive dimensions of the place, even we may have a difficult time locating his ether. All I can say is that he entered the rooftop and likely arrived at the uppermost point in the facility. So, do we pursue him? Of course we pursue him. No matter what Hermes might be thinking, Meteion is a potential threat that needs to be brought under our control. The Convocation's duty to safeguard this star takes precedence over any personal stake in the matter. Vana, Mira? It's clear we will change on a precipice. Stand on a precipice, but we have yet to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt that Meteion is the hand which tips us over the edge. Nevertheless, if we are to learn the truth of the final days, we must give chase. And even if neither Hermes nor Meteion is ultimately responsible, we cannot leave them to suffer this torment alone. Agreed on all counts. To Katisis Hyperborea we go. So apparently if you change your name color on mobile, you have to put at least one chat in before it will change. For example, it'll change after I'll change it after this message. One message, two message. Twitch Mobile is weird. Would you date Twitch Mobile? Minicat. It's funny, I always seem to end up at the dungeons at the end of my stream lately. I mislike the look of this. Judging from the crowd, something is afoot. I saw not out of the ordinary. Does anyone know what caused it? What have we here? Excuse me, has something happened inside Katisis? Mistress Fana, I'm so glad you're here. No one knows what prompted it, but the alarm was sounded and Katisis put into a state of alert. Procedure dictated that we evacuate immediately, and we have yet to investigate further. And this is Hermes doing, obviously. And what does this state of alert entail exactly? A field of dampening magic is draped over the entire facility, usually in response to escaped entities and the like. Katisis scholars and observers are unaffected, but everything and everyone else is weakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. And consider us forewarned. We do, however, have urgent business with Chief Hermes and must enter the premises regardless. That said, if Hermes is willing to enact such measures, I wonder what the other obstacles he has seen fit to drop in our path. With the enfeebling spell in his place, it's not like we will be at our fighting best. And I was hardly an effective combatant to begin with. I've little to offer beyond my ethereal vision. Then you'll put that talent of yours to good use. You were fairly skilled at spotting weaknesses, if I recall. Fairly skilled? Now you've gone and raised everyone's expectations. You all need only to make the most of your strengths, and I will fill in the gaps as required. I was once a Zen, after all. It was my job to rise to the occasion, be that as a defender, aggressor, or healer. I feel better about my lack of prowess already. And you, Emet-Sel, can impress us with your arcane majesty. You lob potent spells as easily as breathing, but can also challenge that power in a protective manner if you so choose, yes? Well, yes, should the situation call for it. Excellent. That should cover us on all fronts. Your tale led us here, Miro, and 'tis only right that you should lead us now. No matter what lies ahead, we will win through with Hermes and Meteion. And then we will face the future together. Alright. Katisis Hyperborea, now accessible. Okay, so this dungeon is one of my favorites in the game. It is very cool. Now, we're not going to be doing this today, unfortunately, but I will read the bit. The most extensive facility in Alpus, Katisis Hyperborea is a sprawling complex of magically simulated environs. Concepts awaiting evaluation are brought here for the last stages of observation, and, upon meeting the appropriate criteria, are finally released into the world at large. Determined not to surrender Meteion, it is within this facility that Hermes has taken refuge, and you and your companions must find and confront him if you are to shed light upon the truth of the final days. Also, I will show you this. You go into the duty support. Look, you get to do this dungeon with Emmet Selk, Vana, and Hythlodaeus, who is a bard. Emmet Selk is a Dark Knight, and she is a White Mage. Although she can also be DPS as well, though I think as a DPS she is a Dancer, and as a tank she is a Paladin. Whereas Emmet Selk can be DPS, where he's a Dark Knight, but I think he's also a Black Mage if you have him as a DPS. That said, we have to have them in this role because we are DPS. So, guys, that's going to be it for today's stream. YouTube, thank you very much for viewing. I hope you guys enjoyed.